Hi, I'm Tom Craven, and I'm going to show you how I prepare for a gig. So let's get into the video. First one is finding out what actually has been agreed between you, the artist, the record label, whoever it is. Find out what they've said yes to and what they said no to. So if it's press, it's usually the first 3 songs, no flash. If you're working for the artist, it can be different. It depends on what they've said yes to. It's helpful to have this with you because if you're given the wrong pass that doesn't give you access to what has been agreed, you can then show security what has been agreed, and they may be able to sort that out for you. And this just makes it a little bit easier that you can do this ahead of time instead of finding out when you're told by security to get out. The second thing I do is research the artist. This means finding out exactly what they do, play and don't play, more likely to play, and what the lighting might be, because quite often a touring artist will have the same lighting for every single show that they do, and it's just really helpful to know this in advance, so then you can plan your lenses, your cameras, whatever else. You can plan exactly where you're going to stand, and just knowing that just gives you that little edge. The third thing I do is research the venue. So this is not just like the capacity, but also how big the pit is, how tall the stage is, how wide it is, just so you get a feel of what it is before you go to that venue, so you know what to expect. So you can also then make a lens choice. So that, like, if it's a very small venue and there's no pit, you're probably not going to need a big telephoto lens. You might want something a bit wider, but it's just something to consider. Just so you can get the right kind of shots. The next thing I do is find out the set times, so when the different artists are going to be on, just so then you can know ahead of time what rough time they're going to be on, so then you can prepare and you can make sure that you are ready to be in that pit as soon as they start. Because if you've only been given 3 songs, or in some cases I've been given 1 song to photograph an artist, and it's a case of you have to get in there and get it done very quickly. Number 5 is pack earplugs. That's the first thing you need to pack in any bag, is earplugs. I actually have mine in this little case. These are molded earplugs. They're fantastic. They block out so much noise, it's great. The next thing that I do is I choose which clothes to wear. I always wear as dark as I can when I'm at a gig, just because I don't want to stand out for any reason, because no one is there to see me. So I need to blend in as much as I can. So I wear dark clothing, and I also make sure that it's non-reflective. So tracky bottoms are a no-go, just because they're going to reflect any light back. If you're at the back of the stage, you're going to be lit up like a Christmas tree by any light that falls on you. If you just got a black t-shirt on and black trousers that are non-reflective, so jeans or whatever it is for you, that just means you're the most comfortable, as well as not going to be seen by anyone else, is really important. The next thing I'm going to think about is the actual camera gear I'm going to take. So from all the research I've done about the artist, the venue, what access I have, all the rest of it, I can work out what lenses to take, whether they need to be primes or they need to be zooms, and whether they need to be autofocus or not, if that's not so important, depending on the artist. And it's just being able to plan this so that you're not taking too much gear, because if you've only got 3 songs, there's only so much you can use at once anyway. And 2, it's also, you've got to lug this gear everywhere. That's not going to be ideal. Next thing I think about is where the camera gear is going to go into. So I have 2 main bags that I use at the moment. So the usual one that I'm doing any kind of press stuff or anything like that, where I'm not really working with the artist so much, is this bag, just because I really love it. I just like the design. It kind of doesn't look like a camera bag. I'm going to do a more in-depth video of this, but it doesn't look like a camera bag, but it's amazing. And for me, it is perfect. Let's zip that up. That's a satisfying noise, isn't it? Zips. You can get into the camera side from here, you can get into the gear here, and then there's storage at the top, and then there's a laptop there, and it's just ideal. I've definitely just hit the microphone, but hey ho. The other one I use if I'm working with an artist is this Vanguard bag. So as you can see, it splits in, and then it splits into different compartments, and I've got little dividers so I can split it up again, and it's just really rugged and just really neat. It's actually really tidy. Oh, again, zips, I love, reminds me of tenting. Even though it's not as mobile as the other one, and it's kind of, you have to only got this handle, it does allow me to set it up backstage when I'm working with the artist, and then open it up and I can see everything in there, and I can have a choice of what lenses that I'm going to go with, or what flashes, or whatever else I'm going to use. And it's just all there, and it's just really nice and simple. So I hope you like the video. If there's anything that you think I've missed from the list, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya!